What is going on, everybody? I go by the name of Kari, and I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on SneakerPhetish. I don't think we've seen anyone go on a run, on a tear, an absolute tear this year, like James Whitner and the Whitaker Group for Social Status, Maniere, APB, and Prosper. My goodness. Again and again, James Whitner and his brainchild, Maniere, have been giving us some of the most thought-provoking and provocative sneakers, and the sneaker we're looking at today is no different. As a matter of fact, this one might have been the most provocative and polarizing sneakers of 2022 due to the way that the sneaker rolled out. Now, this sneaker is a lot of people's sneaker of the year. Without further ado, let's get into it. Boom. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Air Jordan 4 by Maniere. First impressions of this one, incredible shoe. I mean, they knocked it out of the park. Once again, the only way that James Whitner and the team over at Jordan Brand knows how to do. Now, I actually was complaining at the beginning of this drop because of the fact that this sneaker was in yet another colorway that was Burgundy Crush and Violet Ore in the sale color, but I'm not going front. They got this one right. They did a fantastic job, and I don't know how they've done it back to back to back with all these sneakers, but yet all these sneakers were in themselves very exciting to see them drop. But he did it again. I think a lot of people were waiting on the 4s, not just because the 4 is a popular model right now, but because people got tired of the cracked leather, except if it's the Air Jordan 1 lost and found. Regardless, really nice sneaker, special edition packaging on the inside of the lid of the 4s. Here you see the Maniere with the Air Jordan kind of behind it, kind of in that weird magic eye looking grainy type of picture here, but very fly nonetheless. Let's take a little deeper look at the shoe. All right, starting with the upper of the shoe here, not really a whole lot to discuss in terms of the color of the shoe. You have the violet ore color that's surrounding the entire upper of the sneaker, but let's talk a little bit about these materials here. I've really been trying to nail down exactly what grade or cut of leather this is. I still don't know, but it's really, really good. I mean, this sneaker is made incredibly well. I mean, for $225, you would hope that you got a really nice sneaker. The suede on this shoe is very, very nice. It's not a nappy suede. It's a smooth suede. Some people may call it a nubuck. I don't call it a nubuck. I think this is a really nice, really smooth suede material here, and they did a fantastic job with it. That violet ore, of course, is on all parts of the shoe. It's on the kind of the wings, the lace gauges here. It's on the eyelets of the shoe. It's on the laces of the shoe. It's inside of the mesh netting on the shoe. It's on the mesh netting of the shoe. I mean, the whole upper of the shoe is splashed in this violet ore, but it works. Right underneath that upper there, that suede upper, you have the traditional Air Jordan 4 midsole, black on the top, cream colored sail on the bottom, very nice. Moving up a little bit, let's talk a little bit about the dimple or the pimple or what people have been talking about here. This is actually a metal rivet that's inside on the lateral side of the shoe here with the little A for the Maniere logo. Now, why is this here? In my opinion, I think it's just a little bit of a design detail that really kind of drives the cohesion, kind of the synergy between Maniere, the brand, because they actually put this same sort of rivet on a lot of their in-house merchandise as well. Some of the clothing and the apparel that Maniere has actually features this same little metal rivet here. I think it's kind of an homage to what they put on the apparel for Maniere as well. What I found interesting is that for the last couple of drops from Maniere, they really haven't been dropping co-branded Jordan merchandise, but they've actually been taking the Jordan releases, making matching colorways of in-house Maniere apparel and strictly selling Maniere apparel. It's a smart move for the store, and I think maybe this rivet is just paying a little bit of homage to that. All right, let's talk about the tongue of the shoe here. Taking the top down, look at the shoe here. The tongue, again, violet ore on the tongue, white flight right underneath that big A for Maniere. Just like we got on the Air Jordan 3s, you get that big Maniere logo that is back on the left shoe. The right shoe has the Jumpman on it. Since we're on the left shoe, we'll talk about the hang tag accessory that you get with the left shoe. Just like we got with the Maniere Air Jordan 2, you get this really nice, very nice kind of rubberized Maniere keychain hang tag there, so you can do whatever you want with it. To me, it's giving keychain. Moving around to the heel of the shoe here, Nike Air on the heel, on the back heel tab here. Very, very nicely done, giving OG vibes, but we gotta talk about the hidden messaging that's behind the heel tab here. This is important. All right, in 2008, there was a famous commercial for Jordan Brand that came out with Michael Jordan narrating behind highlights of him spanning from college and all throughout his professional career. Of course, by 2008, Michael Jordan was long removed from the game of basketball, but there was a famous quote at the beginning and the end of that commercial, and that's what's on the hidden message on the back of the heel tabs of the Maniere Air Jordan 4. On the back of the right shoe, it says it's not about the shoes, and on the back of the heel tab on the left shoe, it says it's about where you're going with Michael Jordan's famous signature. And again, that was taken directly from the commercial. So the messaging behind the commercial itself was basically, it's not about the shoes. So for many years before that, when Michael Jordan was in the league, the messaging had been, it is the shoes. It's gotta be the shoes that made Michael Jordan fly and made him magical and made him larger than life. But now that Michael Jordan was out of the spotlight of the game and was kind of settling into his post-retirement life, moving on to the next chapter, his brand messaging also started to evolve and grow and mature as well. And now it's not about the shoes. It's about what you're doing in them, where you're going in them, the adversity that you face while wearing the shoes, and the things that you deal with on a daily basis. And that to me is what really brings together the messaging in Airness, which tends to be kind of the common thread between all of these Air Jordan 4 models, especially that have these same type of colorways, this kind of burgundy crush violet colorways here. It always tends to point towards adversity and triumph and coming through the obstacles and the trials and the tribulations, all that good stuff. So that's what it's giving me as far as the silent messaging of this shoe. Because unlike a lot of the other Maniere drops we've gotten, there were no visuals that accompanied this one. There was no big campaign, no short film, nothing like that. But that actually brings me to a point that I want to talk to a little bit after we finish taking a look at the shoe. On the insole of the shoe, beautiful insole, very luxurious quilted insole, both on the inside of the shoe itself, behind the tongue and on the sock liner, and on the insole of the shoe as well. Again, this is Maniere. This is luxury. This is top tier with that really nice stitched in tag, Maniere tag for Air Jordan on the heel of the shoe as well. And last but not least, on the outsole of the shoe, really nice sail colored outsole with that classic Nike right in the midfoot. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the Air Jordan 4 by Maniere. Now, here's the thing. When this sneaker dropped, there were a couple of different ways that Maniere decided to drop the sneaker. We all know that James Whitner went on the Complex Sneakers podcast and famously said that the brand tends to spend upwards of $500,000 to stop bots from being able to get sneakers off of his website. And James Whitner, being a man of the people, being a man of the culture, is always trying to find new and innovative ways to get people involved, not just at a social level, but at a socioeconomic level as well. And so there was a raffle that was announced when this sneaker was first announced that required people to submit a video either on Twitter or Instagram endorsing a local candidate or speaking about an issue that was very near and dear to their hearts, tagging a local official, and then also tagging one of their local news outlets as well. This was met with very, very mixed emotions, and understandably so. There were a lot of people that felt like politics have no place in sneakers whatsoever, and that being able to get a pair of sneakers that you want should not be predicated on whether you lean to the left or to the right, or you rock sideways, or whoever you're endorsing, if you're a fan of whatever presidential candidate or whomever. It's not party affiliation or anything like that. Shoot, even Michael Jordan said himself, Republicans buy Air Jordans too. And famously and almost regrettably, Michael Jordan has also remained neutral on political issues back when he was playing basketball. But my gripe with the way that people responded to this is, number one, nobody required anybody to get into that contest in order to get a pair of shoes. This was literally just to be amongst one of the first few that had access to get a guaranteed pair of the shoes by also diving into a cause that is very near and dear to James Whitner's heart. Now, it seems like the brand made up for it with the online drop, and then there are other places raffling off the shoe. So if you didn't want to do a video, you didn't have to do a video. It's perfectly fine. There are plenty of other ways for you to be able to get your hands on these. But the thing that concerns me a little bit more than even that is the fact that I wonder, are people really paying attention to James Whitner, or do they just care about the clout that they can get off of the products that James Whitner is creating? Because if you're not new here, if you've been here for a while, James Whitner preaching about politics and the issues of Black and brown communities and the socioeconomics of people that look like me is not new. James Whitner has been preaching and speaking about this with the Air Jordan 1 drop, the Air Jordan 2 drop, the Air Jordan 3 drop, the Air Jordan 4 drop, and any other drops that are coming. He continues to drive this message home. When Kamala Harris did sneaker shopping on Complex, they were in the Maniere store, and Nina Chanel did a custom Converse sneaker for Kamala Harris. James Whitner endorsed Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. So politics have had a place in sneakers for quite some time. So the fact that people popped up all of a sudden and were like, oh my gosh, James Whitner wants us to do something political. It just makes me wonder how many people were asleep at the wheel, blindly looking at these sneakers that they could sell on StockX or they could rock themselves for clout, because every one of these sneakers has a political statement attached to it. If you have the twos, go back and watch the visuals from the twos. If you have the ones, go back and watch the visuals from the ones. All of them speak to something that is rooted in politics and things that are affecting us. And so what James Whitner was trying to do, in my opinion, was give a voice to the voiceless and power to the powerless by using his platform and influence and product that he knows that everybody wants to maybe drive some people to the polls, or to maybe drive some people to be more outspoken about the issues that they were passionate about. The sneakers were just an incentive. They were just a nice, cool little, thing to offer for people that were willing to speak up and speak out about the things that they were passionate about and that were important to them. But again, you didn't have to go this route. In my opinion, do politics belong in sneakers? Politics have been in sneakers. Politics affect everything, especially at a local level, because the way that local elections are going determines how things are playing out with your favorite brands, with these different places that have to pay taxes and that have different political affiliations with the people at the top of their chains and executive teams and things like that. The CEO of New Balance gave a nice size check to Donald Trump. You look at the heads of Nike, they probably have some sort of other political affiliation. Politics play a role in the way that our favorite brands are run, whether we like it or not. Now, we may not feel it at a consumer level as much, but you best believe that a lot of the people that are making the decisions at the top have political affiliations and influence that are driving some of the ways that these companies are running. So politics, whether we like it or not, has a place in sneakers. Now, maybe not in the purchase of sneakers, and I respect that. But again, guys, it was just a raffle. I mean, I don't know. I felt like it wasn't as deep as a lot of people made it out to be, but some people really got mad, and it made me wonder, why are people so upset? Is it that people were afraid that maybe something was going to come out, or a way that they felt was going to come out, or some of their real feelings was going to come out, and maybe the people at large wouldn't rock with it? Or was it something else? I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me. But in the meantime, that's pretty much all that I got to say about these. A phenomenal sneaker, another home run, another notch in the belt for Maniere and Jordan Brand. They did it again. A lot of people's sneaker of the year. Is it my sneaker of the year? No, it's not my sneaker of the year personally, but it's not a bad shoe just the same. I'm not mad at it. Now it's time for you guys to sound off down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about the Maniere Air Jordan 4. Are these ones that were on your must-cop list? Are you trying to fill out the raffles and do what you got to do to get your hands on them right now? Or are these going to be a $225 hard pass for you? Sound off down below. Let me know. Of course, write it down in the comments. Make sure that you click on that subscribe button so we can welcome you into the Sneaker Fetish family, to make sure you don't miss out on any more heat that comes through like these, because I guarantee you I got a lot more heat on the way. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me here on Sneaker Fetish, taking a look at these with me, unboxing them with me for a couple of minutes. I go by the name of Kari. This is the Air Jordan 4 by Maniere, and until next time, I'm out.